I am Father Dr. Nelson Falcao, a Salesian priest. I have been a professor of philosophy and theology all my life. I have taught both philosophy and theology in various colleges and universities. I have completed my BPH, MPH in Nanadeep Vidyapeeth, Pune. That's in Maharashtra. BTH, MTH I did for 6 years in Rome, Salesian Pontifical University, and my doctorate in theology on the theme of the Krista Puran in Nanadeep Vidyapeeth, Pontifical Athenaeum, Pune. I have written about 30 books, 100 book reviews, 75 different articles on various philosophical, theological and spiritual topics, and written about 30 books on various themes. I'm happy to inform that for the last 25 years I have been studying and researching both for doctoral work as well as postdoctoral work on the theme of the Krista Puran. And maybe of that theme I will speak later. Just now I would like to come to Sadhu Sundar Singh, whose 131st birth anniversary we celebrate. I came across Sadhu Sundar Singh while I was preparing for one of my subjects called Indian Christian Theology, which I was teaching in various theologians, colleges and universities. I would like to share a little of my own reflection, my own interpretation of Sadhu Sundar Singh. First of all, I would like to ask the question, what fresh aspects are added and how do they contribute to new Indian understanding of Christ from the life and works of Sadhu Sundar Singh? And so my first point is the Sadhu ideal. He showed a way of witnessing to Christ in the line of Saint Francis of Assisi or the Desert Fathers. His life was full of asceticism, prayer, simplicity and deep personal communion with Christ. The second point is Christ experienced through parables and examples. He did not compose a systematic philosophy or theology, not even a very systematic, let us say, a spirituality and God experience. But he explained his God experience and his ecstasies and the reality of sin through parables and life experiences. And so, in keeping with the methodology followed by Jesus, we would say that he is very close to the method of Jesus of using parables and life experiences. The third is the use of Indian terms. Sadhu Sundar Singh uses many Hindu designations and terms in his writings. Of course, this is not the place because this is a short presentation, but I would be happy to either write an article on this. The number of terms and usages he has from the Indian background, the many Hindu designations and terms he uses in his few writings. The fourth point is the Bhakti tradition. He followed the Bhakti tradition but did not attempt at giving a systematic basis to it. His lifestyle was the Bhakti tradition. In fact, from the very early age he wanted to be a sadhu and he became one. His deep communions with Christ are also rather noteworthy. And the last point I want to say is this, the fifth one, is the life of witness. His life of witnessing to Christ speaks more than his writings. I have watched the movie done on Sadhu Sundar Singh and I was much impressed to see once again his life and a few episodes worked out in the film. They are rather impressive and certainly they will catch the minds of the young in many different ways to do great things for God and for Christ. And before I leave, I would like to ask a question from one's own context and action. And that is the question I want to leave to you and to me to be answered from the life and works of Sadhu Sundar Singh is, what can I do in my situation today and in future? Meaning to say, Sadhu Sundar Singh, he did it at his own time, in his own context, and is in his own situation. We know that today is his 131st birth anniversary. He was born in 1889 and died in 1929. And so, having completed 131 years, we cannot go backwards and revert history and try to imitate Sadhu Sundar Singh in that literal way. What we need to do is that you and I and all of us who know Christ, we need to be imitators of Sadhu Sundar Singh. Of course, in imitating him, we imitate Jesus, and we have to be, for the present times, new Sadhu Sundar Singhs in my own context. And so the question remains, what can I do in my own situation and context today and for the world and society of today? Thank you. God bless.